like Madagascar fan.
I'm like a boohoo special in that.
Oh, it's
Right.
mad.
You are now listening to the No Tekkers podcast. I'm your host, Braz. My co-host here, Quartz.
What's happening?
My other co-host, KP.
Yes, sir.
And we got a special guest in the building.
Come for all the smoke.
Man like Jimmy, I'm going to call you Jimmy Jones. Big Jimmy Jones. Round of applause.
Always say, man.
Welcome.
What's happening?
How you doing, man? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we're good, man. I'm good on this side.
All good.
Yeah?
We're good at it.
Good. Right.
I'll let you know after the episode, to be fair. Man came with lots out, you know.
Yo,
Alright, cool.
Big Jimmy Jones is in the building.
That's right, man.
Ready to throw smoke at Quartz.
I don't know why though. Like,
At his Mbappe.
Are you gonna find out?
can we actually stick to the
But
topic?
hold on, let's
please? 'Cause I don't-
first. What team do you support?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Chelsea fan.
Yeah, man. First.
Okay. How
First
since
for sure.
since 2004?
No, they relax.
Since Paul Cannaville?
No, yeah, way before.
Okay,
Man. Way before we
okay.
had money, man.
Okay, I respect it then, because there's a lot of Chelsea fans since Mourinho come.
Nah, man. Back in the day, my dad grew up a Chelsea fan. So back
Yeah.
in the day, man used to watch Zola and that man.
Okay. Do you know like Chelsea's like the stigma of it's a racist club?
Yeah, I hear all of that, man.
You don't feel it. Go to the games.
Nah, I haven't been to the game in probably 3 years now.
Okay.
The time it kind of was at its ripest was when we played PSG and kicked that.
Yeah.
Off the train and that then it was a bit mad in it, so you had to say support Chelsea on a low, but you know,
Yeah.
I mean, but stigma's
What you
changed.
saying? It's alright to be a Chelsea fan now.
I think it is. It always, for me, it always has been. There was a time where everyone used to say it's just only Africans that support Chelsea, and then it went through that, and that's when all the man them used to play for kickball for Chelsea. You get me? And then it went to Chelsea's a racist club. So
Yeah. I think they have one of the best academies out there. Like the academies.
Yeah,
They'll
they're
buy up the whole everyone. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean they do produce good
money
talent as well.
talks.
yeah.
Produce or buy.
Money talks.
We produce good talent.
Yeah,
and
they got
Produce.
they got good.
buy.
we produce good
They buy
talent.
and then they reproduce.
No,
Saying let's buy it and put their label on.
Yeah, fam.
we produce. We just never transition into the first team. It's a problem. So
But do you think that's kind of breaking now in terms of younger players actually seeing that there's a pathway to first team football?
I think so, yeah. But like certain man from the academy, they're in the first team right now. They're on fraud watch, fam.
Well, man just bought 6 man. Are you happy with the signings?
I'm more than happy. Like Kepa's got to go, but I'm more than happy, man.
So what's your expectations for next season or this season coming up?
See, I ain't got none in it because like in Frankfurt. No, listen. Like I'm a Chelsea fan, innit?
Yeah.
But I'm a football fan, and I just want to enjoy the game. I'm just here for a good time. Like
Okay.
I've had my expectations just been mad and crossed. Like there was a time when I was expecting us to win the league and we finished 10th, bro, and I was mad at everyone. I was mad at everyone for weeks, cause and I can't go through that. No,
Hazard back broke.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a married man. You know what I'm saying? I can't be beefing my wife every weekend for Chelsea.
What's the matter, babe? They lost again, innit?
Nah, like it's Lamps' actual trial run now this year, so I can't be like I expect us to win the league or whatever.
Yeah.
So what's the minimum expectation?
I think an FA Cup will do nice, and we should have had that last year.
So you need a trophy.
I think so.
What about
definitely
where
need a
you
trophy.
finish?
Where we finish, I think we've definitely closed the gap between us, Liverpool and City. The question is how much. We bought a lot of players. Like at least 6 of those players are going to be in the team week in week out. Most of them don't even speak the same language, so they're going to need time to.
But these are star men that you've bought, so
course.
I expect them. My expectations for them is to come into the team and straight crud immediately.
No doubt, but excluding Hakim Ziyech and Thiago Silva, everyone else is below 24. So
Yeah, well,
really,
Ziyech is like,
he's 27 now, and he's injured, so he's not even going to make the first game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, he's like in his prime now.
He's-
Isn't
yeah,
That's
I
prime
think
Sure,
age.
we're gonna play the first game. Was he?
No, he's also injured as well.
Is it?
Yeah, so
take
both
it
short
fancy.
term. So I think they're probably going to miss the first 2 games. But again, like I said, most of the men that we signed at 21, 22,
Yeah,
20.
yeah.
them-
It's a good future.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
I think most clubs now are signing the youth.
yeah,
Like,
definitely. So the question is, what formation are we going to play? How quickly the man are going to gel? And a real test of Lamps as an actual tactical manager. He's
Yeah.
a people person. You can see the players want to play for him, but
yeah.
on a tactical
You need,
basis,
you need to look a bit more than just the I'm a nice guy thing.
You can't put your arm around man and say you just go out there, mate.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Give it your best.
mate. Just throw yourself about like.
Fair enough.
Right. So let's get straight into it then. Obviously, this or last week, a lot of the FA have come out and said basically, men and women national teams equal pay.
Well, they've been doing it since last year, innit?
Have they?
No. So it was, I think it was Brazil that started, that came out first.
Yeah.
In terms of national,
Yeah.
I don't know about obviously league and wise, but Brazil came out first, and it was a bit of a madness because not long after that, I think England followed,
Yeah.
and some teams are starting. Well, national teams are starting to do
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
right now. So it feels a bit like, I can't lie to you, a bit of peer pressure.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
it came from well, let me just clear this up because a lot of people think that it's at club level, and it's not, because the market's obviously not the same.
Mhm.
Let me just clear that up for people that are listening. What happened is
So is the market the same at international level?
it's not, but it could be. It's better than club level. Like you can sell out at maybe at one stadium in a final.
I should hope so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But remember that the FA funds the national team, so really and truly, the national team's not your job. Really, that's just like extra kind of thing, innit? I would have, you know.
Why you gotta
But it stemmed from obviously the American women's team being so dominant and the male American team being tutus. You get what I'm saying? And they was obviously felt hard done by because they're challenging for the World Cup every year, sometimes winning it more time than not, and the wages was not
every
being.
year, though. It's every year.
Every 4 years.
You know exactly what you meant, bro.
I can't take this guy nowhere.
I feel like there's a beef up from these tied the tables, bro.
Nah, listen,
it's
I'm
all
still
right.
coming for you. I'm just reminding everyone that certain man in this
I hope we run out of time, yeah. I hope we run out of time, yeah. We just have to go through when we go through the topics.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to the topic. But I just want to remind everyone listening in, yeah, that certain man tried to tell the world that Kylian Mbappe look. Let's just carry on. Get mad and cross again, man.
Right. Is that on the note?
Bro, this is right.
He's got his notes.
Man's ready, you know.
Right.
fam.
So obviously, yeah, the women's team was like, "Nah, this is unfair. We should be paid more."
I think that was justified, though.
Yeah,
But
but then they tried to run with it and say it needs to be at all levels of football. And then people that don't watch football, why do men get paid more? And then they tried to do this whole.
They were protesting one point as well,
they
and
tried to
even
do
like
this whole madness. But it's
Yeah,
like, dog, it's not the same market. Like,
I don't even get like how even in like Olympics and that the tennis, for example, they don't play the same amount of sets and stuff. But then you want to talk about equal rights. Is that not the same? Is tennis?
go
Go on.
sorry.
Go on.
I was gonna say I'm all for equal rights in it, and I understand why they would want that.
Yeah.
But like you said from the get go, it's not the same market.
Yeah.
Even though it's the international level, it's still relating to club level because players from the club level going up to international.
Right.
And the price tag that men command, the figures, the transfer fees, the salary, the just the demand of football in the male community is a lot more than female. So it's like, I get why, but they never generate the same amount of income that the men's football do, which in turn leads to how much they get paid. So it's like,
It kind of answers itself.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because if they were, then bam. I think if the like you said, the marketplace was the same, fam. I don't see why they wouldn't. But
It's
you
different
can't-
if it's in a corporate building.
Yeah.
You work under the same company
and you're doing the same
and
job.
you're doing the same job, and man's clearly getting
That's
20 bag
different,
a
but-
week more than you.
But
That's-
the best female player, what level can she play in men's game? Realistically,
Let's not even
Yeah.
listen to the show. Just
You wanna take it there?
Let me take a different route in it. When COVID first started,
Yeah.
and there were talks the Premier League might get void, the price that we were looking at the Premier League would have had to pay for the TV license for missing the rest of the games was 762 million. And that's just the Premier League alone. Women's football, regardless of where combined, probably doesn't even come up to that.
Yeah.
On average, women's tickets get sold for about £40 for adults,
If that.
if that. On average,
I've been to MLS, women's MLS games, and stadiums are being sold out, but tickets are like $10.
exactly. So it's like the demand for football across both genders is not the same.
Yeah,
as
I agree.
So it's like,
well, if you're a young aspiring
aspiring.
words.
Aspiring.
don't fight
Aspiring.
English, brother.
If you're a young aspiring female wanting to play football, I would definitely suggest go to like America, where scholarships are given out like
but I would say women's football has improved over the
over
years.
here. Yeah, for sure. But
Like,
in America,
across
it's like
the globe.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
improved.
But seeing it in America at the level that it's at, it's like, yo,
they've been head and shoulders above
yeah,
the rest
it's
for a while.
different still.
Yeah.
It's like proper setup, like it's official, like from college all the way down to you know,
It's proper.
U5.
Yeah.
So
On the fives. Just thought I'd get the American.
Just clarify.
since we're on national teams, I do want to touch on the Nation League. What's everyone's thoughts on?
Saka.
I have not watched.
Obviously, it's like they've cut out the friendlies and put in this Nations League to make it a bit more competitive.
But it still seems like friendlies to everyone.
You know,
So it's
you know,
like,
I think when it first
Bust.
started, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like finally, it's a little bit more interesting, and then it's just a bit dead now, and because of the timing, like usually you never get an international break at this time of the season. It's just a bit
Forced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, teams ain't getting a proper preseason. You can't even look at players get friendlies, and it's just everyone's going to watch dead.
like who even won the last one?
Portugal. But this the thing is like they're trying to make the trophy prestige, and it's like, do teams really care about it to that point? But
Who did they play in the final?
Holland.
Yeah, when in Holland,
It was Holland.
So all the mazes that they won in it. That's it.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, it doesn't really count for it. I mean, it counts, but it's not the same as winning a European.
I mean, it's a good competition.
He does say it, but realistically, like, who gives you respect for that? Like,
You know, it's like might as well just win a community shield. Man.
Basically,
it's an international community shield.
It's international community shield.
Essentially,
basically.
But,
But obviously, it's a good opportunity for young players. Obviously, the England squad came out. We mentioned in the last episode. I didn't
took them
see
down
Jack
a yard.
Grealish playing this in the two. The Jack
He did. He came in for 14 minutes and created more chances than half the man that were on the pitch. So, listen, Gareth Southgate, I'm onto you. Fam.
I'm rolling down the lens, you know.
See the interview?
That is rude.
Like his post-match interview.
Yeah. When they asked him questions about Grealish,
Bear man asked him questions, you know,
and he
man
was
got
ducking
boiled,
everything.
Yeah, because remember I said last week, fam, it's that when the manager don't like you, bruv, or he's got something against you, but
But you
you're
could at
doing your
least, like,
thing,
answer the question and not make
no,
it
you
bait.
can't, bruv, because deep down inside you, you have that personal issue. You can't give the man the credit that he
Swerving it
deserves.
once is one thing, but
Yeah.
multiple times.
Doesn't like the youth, bruv.
regardless of who you don't like, man, fam. The only question that they asked him was, "How do you think he did when he came on?" That was it.
Yeah, man's talking about.
But you know what? But you know what? If he does answer that question, he puts himself under pressure to then have to include him next time, because then
have to anyway.
yeah, no. But I'm saying if it comes out of his mouth, he can't, like, there's nothing for him to go to dance around it anymore. There's no denying him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you shouldn't be
that
denying
the
in the first
stage,
place as well.
Of course not, but
Should've
you know
just
the
never
bias
called him
is
up in
there.
the first
The
place.
bias is there anyway,
course.
because he should have been there way before dropouts for him to be included, in my opinion.
100%. I think so as well.
Definitely.
And the fact that he's trying to compare him to the likes of, saying his competition is with the likes of Martial and them and Sancho and Sterling.
What, he's a winger?
Don't make
That
no
what he's
sense.
saying?
Fam. Yeah, literally saying
Reaching,
that's
bro.
the reason.
He's reaching.
He's always got an excuse for why Grealish is not in the team. Don't make no sense for me. fam.
Yeah.
But this, I'm saying, that's why I didn't want to answer the question, because now it's like, okay, if I recognize the fact that he's actually good, I can't give him the BS answers that I've been given to duck him.
Yeah.
That's some joke thing. Speaking of international, Phil Foden, Mason Greenwood.
All for you United fans, isn't it?
I'm a football fan. I told man I ain't support United till they drop Maguire's captain.
Free Maguire.
Bun that E, fam.
Did he bust case?
I don't know.
Hey, privilege, fam. That's why I bust case, fam. I'm not about it, fam.
And then now it's behind him.
Yeah,
so.
but okay, because he said it's behind him. It's behind him.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
just a
soon
nice-
as talking, fam.
I just fell for it from my life.
I feared for my life, but you.
I just
Hey,
said,
let me go, though. I need some money, though, innit?
I'm gonna start
Yeah, yeah.
identifying as a
make it
middle-aged white man. So
Man
I can
said, you
start
know who
getting
I
some
am?
privilege.
Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. Anyway, yeah. So I'm a football fan.
I respect it.
Yeah, so obviously they're youths. Let's be honest. They're youths.
They're idiots.
Especially Mason.
They were
He's-
idiots,
man.
He's a couple years younger than Foden.
Yo,
as
but bro,
well.
Foden's got a missus and a youth.
And
fam.
a you.
That's what I mean. But
Has he?
Yeah.
yeah,
Bruv.
And she's come out today and said she's forgiven him, and obviously everyone's like,
Obviously, she's
clearly.
giving how much is he making a week?
Would you not think?
Listen,
Money
Hey,
talks.
don't you want to
She ain't Dr.
Money
Dre's wife
talks.
or Jeff Bezos' wife or nothing like that.
you know, like,
Can't be asking for 200 racks.
Hey, when you got that money, your rope is long, you know.
like,
what I'm saying?
Nah, in all seriousness though, I get it. They're young kids in that, like 19, whatever it is. But like for me, when you have a family, essentially,
Yeah,
there's a certain level of maturity that comes with that. And
Yeah.
Foden
100%.
didn't show that, so it's like it's a bit childish, man.
Yeah.
Greenwood. I'm onto him as well, fam. I'm onto that guy, you know, because Foden apologized instantly. Greenwood deactivated Twitter, fam, and was ghosted for a couple of days.
Do you know what the thing is though? Like Foden has to acknowledge it because he's got the the poster boy presents about him in respect to, like, they hold him in that regard. So he had
Because
to.
I think as well with
Man's like, yo, babes, I got the new number 11 now. Yeah, man.
No, but you see, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like I'm married, so I'm trying to talk from a different perspective. But fam, they could have got that in Manchester, fam.
Not for real. Let's keep it 100.
Let's keep
it 2 Virgils, yeah. Like they're not doing that at club level. Then there's no chance. There's no way Foden's going to do that with a man like Pep about.
Yeah.
And there's no way that, regardless of what you want to say about Ole, because of how much he takes care of his players and respects them.
Yeah.
Greenwood isn't going to take that for granted. Then, man, this is your first chance at international level.
Come on, bro.
There's other people there. There's Phillips, there's Grealish, there's
Bear man at home sitting down watching.
All these men are there and like they're all mature. And you can't even. I can't really use age as an excuse. Because,
It's not, bruv. Do you know why? Because they know right from wrong, fam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know? That's
well,
my issue. Is like they knew that. Like I said, bruv, let's keep it a buck, fam. In Manchester,
did you all see the videos and that as well?
Yeah. With the girl them took
for
them.
me.
What you coming
it
here
looked
for?
like Phil Foden kind of like almost took him with like,
Yeah, like, yo,
I got these things. What you
I got
saying?
these things.
No, but listen, Foden's got no game, you know, because
Let's keep
it 2 Virgils, because man was there in the picture biting his lip, and then he says, "So what you coming here for?" And then Green was in the background like, you know what they're coming here for. So that's why I respect Greenwood, because he's on smoke, you get me? So like, he's a bagsman on the pitch and off, you get me? Just keep it.
I don't think he is. That's why I think he got into trouble.
Who?
Because Greenwood, I don't think he is a bagsman off the pitch. That's why he's got caught up.
Nah, fam.
He got some attention. Like Foden must have said to me, "Yo, what you saying? I got these things."
Attention, come on, bruv. They could do better in Manchester, fam.
you know what it is?
Kind of say it, I don't want to say it open, but do you know what I mean? Like they could do.
They're in a bubble. They can't leave and just seeing the same man every day.
Bubble or not, fam, they're not there for that long. 1, 2. You can tell there's
that's different. That's
you can tell there's no source.
Time is
I
relevant.
get you,
So for you, it might not seem that long. For them, who might be getting it daily from X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but from
Now they're looking at it like, bro, I've been here how long?
this is what I'm saying.
You can't risk England for that, fam. I'm sorry.
For real, because like
I agree.
Not
But
for
I'm
them,
just-
fam.
I'm
If
just
you're in
trying to-
Brazil and them exotic places, I can understand.
I've never been. I don't know.
I guess we'll never know. Not for me. For me, it's like you got. Even if you're gonna like mess about, because I'm not one to judge people. If you're gonna do your thing in it, but if you're gonna,
Everyone's got a girl, fam.
you know what I mean. Like if you gotta eat, if you're gonna eat in it, but like be smarter about it, man. If you grab girls, they're gonna sign NDAs and that. Not giving man them advice and that. You know what I mean?
Yo, that is important.
But you know what I'm saying? Like there's ways that if you want to mess up like that, there's ways they could have easily avoided getting caught. And they just didn't think about it. And that's why it comes into no source, fam. So if you want, every Fridays at 6 p.m. I run game classes, fam. Just come.
We take a percentage of that.
Hey, you get me?
Foden, shout me.
Martial's back in the French team.
Yeah, you can have a little clap. We can have a little clap.
Relax.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy for him.
It's like,
Got the new Puma boots.
come on, what are you looking at me for, fam? I didn't give him to. I look like I said, yo, what?
Yeah, man.
There you go.
I feel like he's deserved it. Obviously,
Yeah.
over Giroud. I don't really like Giroud as a player.
Oh, relax.
Nah, Drew's underrated, fam. Drew's underrated.
He's a good player, but I just nah.
Okay. So
And they're different type of strikers.
Yeah.
But I feel
Griezmann missed the
like
penalty.
Griezmann's overrated.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't agree that.
What?
I can't agree with that.
Nah,
That
he's
is
done that,
overrated.
man. He's done that, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
He's done, man.
I don't think so. I'll get onto that in a second. Talk about Martial first.
Yeah.
He deserves it. First season ever hitting 20 goals in that. And for France, they got to start looking past Giroud, because regardless of if you like him or not, he's what, 32, 33 now.
Yeah,
So,
32.
yeah, so he's at that age where France has got to start looking at plan Bs and Cs, and that's why you see the
Yeah.
likes of Ben Yedder coming through, who, by the way, deserves that chance from
Yeah,
long ago.
yeah.
And obviously Martial, then you probably see Mbappe, if he was fit, probably playing up front instead of out left.
Yeah.
And just trying to obviously figure out what's next after Giroud.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Well, that shows the depth of their
Yeah,
squad
100%,
as well,
man.
because they smashed Croatia and no Pogba,
Easily.
no Mbappe. Who else missed? Man had Corona and that.
Yeah, flipping Kante came off not long into the game.
Did he-
Camavinga
that
and that
was-
came through, 19-year-old kid.
Yeah. He's
Sad.
hard.
Upamecano.
Oh, Dio, what a player, bro.
Yeah.
What a player as well. So, like, France going
United's
forward,
round.
next
It's
10
coming.
years.
It's coming.
That
Huh?
man.
What'd you say?
It's coming. United, man.
Yeah.
Relax,
The
you
rumors
still
are there.
It's coming.
No. You
Speak into
lot joke,
existence.
man. You lot joke, man.
Speak it into existence.
Back to my man Grease, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why he's not done, he's not playing with confidence right now.
Yeah.
Whose fault's that?
He needs to move.
I don't think so.
Does he need to move Barcelona?
I don't think so.
No.
I think the issue was
Messi.
Do you think he can play with Messi?
I think so, and I'll tell you why. I understand why you would think not, because they tend to occupy the same positions, but there was I think a 5-game stretch where they changed. Kike Setien changed formations and played Suarez and Messi up top and played Griezmann right behind him.
In the 10.
Yeah, in the 10 role, which I think is perfect.
That's his role.
What I'll say to that though is that's not the Barca way, and they're gonna go back to the Barca way.
No, 100%. Even if it's not the Barca way or not, like when you have a certain level of quality in your team, you got to find the best way to bring that out of them. So even if it's not the way you're used to playing,
but that's also why they will get rid of him, because Messi, they're gonna do everything they can to keep him, and they want to go back to the philosophies of Barcelona, and Greasy don't fit into the Barcelona way.
Okay, think about this now. Messi, if he decides he still wants to leave after this year.
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah,
He ain't going nowhere, bro.
If he decides,
He ain't going nowhere.
let's say for argument's sake, he decides,
Cool.
and then you get rid of Griezmann, who tends to occupy the same positions as him, and you get rid of Coutinho and so on and the likes of it. You're not as good as Fatty looks at 17.
Yeah, well, he's cold though.
Yeah, 100%. But you're not going to rely on him with the likes of these other players around him.
Of course.
So for me, even if it doesn't work this year, I think you got to keep Griezmann and try. Like Coleman said, the first thing he wants to do is play him in his right position. Try at least to see if he plays central, is there a way to accommodate both him and Messi? Yeah. And great players should find a way.
Do you think with Suarez potentially going, that might even create more opportunity for him?
I think so.
He's been linked to Juventus. At the moment.
Yeah, it's been agreed personal terms apparently. So,
okay.
But I'm saying if he does go, do you think then Griezmann can occupy that central role a little bit more?
I think so. He played there for France over the last couple of games.
Didn't he start out on the right?
He did, and then obviously drifted in for as the game went along. So I think
I can see him playing that role at Barca. Yeah, drifting in from the right, but I can't see him.
Out on the left, he's just isolated.
He's isolated.
He ain't got the pace.
But he ain't a 1v1 kind of guy. He's not gonna dock anybody in that respect, is he?
I mean, the last time I saw Griezmann genuinely play on the wing was when he was associated, and he was like a 20-year-old kid, still learning the game essentially. So now he's at a point where Atletico, he was right behind the likes of either Morata or Diego
Costa.
Yeah, so it's like you got to utilize his strengths, and that's playing off someone in that little hole, occupying those spaces in the pocket. You got to have him there. So Messi tends to obviously do that as well, but you can mix and match. You just try and find a little balance, and that's what they're not really good at. So hopefully Coleman, I don't think he's the right manager for Barca, by the way, but
he's just a placeholder.
It literally just.
Do you think they're gonna get back the Spain manager?
Xavi's gonna come next season.
Xavi.
Xavi's
he'll be here. New president, new manager.
Yeah, get Barca.
New energy, new trophies,
new era. Same layer now.
Speaking of Messi, obviously he's done a big U-turn.
Waste man. Nah, bro. Nah, listen.
I can't get onto it, man.
Nah, you have to. Do you know why? Yeah, for me, if you're gonna do that, fam, you have to take it all the way.
No, but okay.
You have to take it all. You can't then say, "Yo, I'm gonna do the man. I ain't turn up." Man are protesting, rioting, and then you be like, "Oh, don't let me leave." You knew they weren't gonna let you leave easily anyway.
Of course, but. Like, it's not so much Barcelona not letting him leave. It's the fact that La Liga sided with Barcelona. Because at the end of the day, if
it's revenue,
if he leaves, the league's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he looked at it, like, what I heard is that he looked at the possibility of going to court, and they were saying something along the lines of it's going to take minimum 6 months. That's half the season done already. If in that time he's not playing, like, he's obviously just going to get frustrated. You're not playing, you're not happy.
But this is what I mean. If you've already started it, bro, the wheels are in motion. You got to see it through.
Yeah.
If you heard me last year, I said, bro, he's got to see it out.
Okay.
If he was that serious about being unhappy, he had to do that, because otherwise you might as well have voiced you're not happy and then carried on as normal.
Yeah, but you might not be happy, but at the end of the day, as a footballer, everyone in here that kicks ball.
Yeah, you want to play.
You just want to play. So
understandable, but how much do you want to play as opposed to you want to not be in that environment that was making you unhappy?
But also though, like you said before, what if that 8-2 was his last game for Barca?
Facts.
So now he's got a whole season where people are thinking, okay, he's going to leave. This is his last season. This is the last chance to get to see Messi at Barcelona. So now he can go out and say, yo, this is my last season at Barcelona.
Nah, I hear all that. I don't disagree with it. But I'm thinking he should have then thought about that before coming out and doing the whole, I'm not coming back home, I'm not doing this, and generating all that buzz, and then saying, I'm going to come back still.
Nah, but
so what's the terms of his contract now?
So
it's his final year.
It's his final year, essentially.
Okay.
So he technically can still walk away for free next year. So rather than saying he wants to leave right now and going to court for 6 months and then getting to do that and leaving, let's say January, for example.
Yeah.
He can leave.
Just give it on a laugh. Yeah. Last hoorah.
Well, he can do his Kobe tour. I don't mind it, but I'm just saying if you should have weighed that up before making a statement and decision saying
I think it was silly to come out and say that he wanted to leave.
Yeah, but from his point of view, the 700 mil thing was never a thing because it should have been null and void according to him and his dad in his contract. So
Right.
when
But
he
what I'm saying though, he should have kept that between him and the club.
He should have found out the ins and out first, and then said, "Yo, okay, I can leave, can't leave. Let me clarify that before saying I'm leaving." And then,
Yeah.
But if he knew he wanted to leave, when Corona first bust March,
he said he wanted to leave for time, innit?
he should have been on the blower like, yo, is this gonna affect my thing? You know what I'm saying?
I got a heat.
Phone up Pep, fam, because I know he's got the checkbook.
so
Dodgy lawyers.
what he said in his statement was for the last year he spoke to Bartomeu and said, "Look, I want to leave. I've told my family I want to leave," and Bartomeu made them promises that never came to fruition.
Okay,
come the end of the
he's
season.
done him dirty, basically.
Yeah, basically. So and that's why one of the first statements was, "I'm staying, but this guy's a waste man," basically.
Yeah.
So and it's like he gets it that the dude lied to him to begin with. Now he's got to stay another year instead of going to court.
Yeah.
And again, as a baller, regardless, I know I can definitely say by myself that I've been in a team where I'm not exactly happy, but I just want to kick ball. And if you're injured, sometimes you're not supposed to play, but you just want to kick ball.
No, I hear that.
That urge to just want to play
Yeah.
takes precedence sometimes, and I think that's where he's at because he's got so many records. And
I
so
don't
many
think
things he
anyone can
still do.
question that he loves the club.
Exactly.
No, 100%. But I'm just saying, don't put them through that to then come back and then obviously they'll forgive him because he's Messi.
I mean, well, I don't know about that. Did you see that video? That dude was coming for him and his son and that, saying, "Why does everyone keep laughing? Because his son's not funny. And Messi's a waste man."
Nah, but his view's funny though. Nah, I don't know why he's saying that. His view's actually mad funny. His view's actually a joke, but yeah, he'd be alright.
Yeah. All right.
He'd be alright. He's very well taught.
Speaking of unhappy players,
Go on.
Alexis Sanchez came out. Said that the first training session at Man United,
PSC, over to you.
the first training session at Man United, he went home and he said to his family, like,
No, he
or his
didn't.
agent, like, "Yo,
We all know he didn't.
can't we tear up the contract? I need to go back to Arsenal."
Really?
To me, I just feel like
After
big
your
dog.
first training session and your first paycheck of whatever a week, you're telling me you went home to your family and said, "Oh, I don't really like this. I want to go back to Arsenal."
Yeah, I just feel like Big Mate took you 3 years to say this.
No, I've got a theory, on
Let's hear one.
what
Let's hear it.
Does a secret agent come to sabotage?
Nah,
United?
it's not even that. Let's look at it like Sanchez's best years really and truly were
Behind him,
not even that. Well, yeah, definitely. But in terms of when he really enjoyed kicking ball, it was in Barcelona
yeah,
and Udinese, teams that when they played dominated possession. Then it comes to Arsenal, pretty much the same. He's always got the ball. He's always on the ball. And one of the main reasons he played under Pep and then he played under Wenger, manages to have kind of the same philosophy in terms of playing football. It's the same year that Wenger says, "I'm resigning," that Sanchez leaves the same year that he's like, at the end of the season, I'm gone. Sanchez leaves that January. And then he goes and he's playing under Mourinho, who a lot of people say is anti-football in terms of defensive and kind of thing. And you come into a team where you're not really on the ball as much. You're made to work a lot harder. You're not the focal point.
So why
of
didn't
the
he go
offense.
City, fam?
City was the first choice for him, I think, because obviously City were coming in for him when he wanted to go play under Pep. But then obviously Pep came out and said,
I think we just hijacked the deal.
You hijacked it, and Pep came out and said it's asking
dumb.
too much. So I think if he went to City, his career definitely would have gone a different way because he's going back to managers played under. He might not obviously been like lit the world alight or whatnot, but
He'd have definitely been better than 5 goals and
100%.
28 bags per
and
touch,
now,
fam.
now he's gone back to Italy in a tactical style game where they play Castanetro style of football.
Yeah.
He's shining again because it's like he gets to be on the ball. He's organised and
Does he start?
Not every game, no.
Okay.
No. But when he does, he's starting to look like himself again, and that's the reason why they made the deal permanent. So I think he's starting to look good again. He's definitely not in his prime anymore, but he can still contribute.
Yeah, but that statement's a little bit wild still.
Yeah, it is wild.
You don't have one session and say, "Oh, I want to leave."
Well, what do you expect when you have man like Lingard just flipping midfield every time?
Hey, man said that about Lingard, but a lot of people that played against him have said that he's actually very good.
Season.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. He's still a young prospect, and it was 29 now.
The
Put
disrespect.
some respect on Jesse.
Nah, fam. To be fair, like a lot of people that played against him have actually said he's a really good player.
He's
Like,
a rat in it. He's got
no,
loads of
bro.
energy.
Like technically, he's a joke, fam.
No, he's a good player, but
player.
what he offers in terms of like
A rat
pressing.
doesn't imply good player.
Okay, fair enough. It doesn't. You're right.
A rat is a man that has no tech but can run, fam.
He's a rat plus he's a good player.
Jorginho.
But what he offers.
Take the rat out. There's no rat. Man is a good player. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Obviously he's out of form, but
He's a technical rat.
do you see him getting back into the squad?
Nah, listen, just
Nah,
go
he
West
need-
Ham.
he needs
The
to go.
thing
He
with
needs to go
Lingard,
Leicester.
I don't
West
see him as he should be starting for United. But he's the squad player that you need.
No, but he's a player that needs to play consistently.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
You know there was
when he was in the team consistently, he was better.
Wrong. If he would thrive at somewhere like Arsenal.
Oh.
And let me tell you why.
Okay, go on.
Because the way Arsenal play.
Whoa, what's going
No,
on?
listen. Let me finish.
Blood, I'll be honest.
Let me play.
Blood, I'll be honest.
So let him land. Go on.
So, because what Lingard does very well is his movement off the ball, and he creates a lot of space for his teammates. So, in a system like Arsenal, where they like to play and create from just passing and moving and all that, he will create more space for the better players to do their thing. So he makes the players around him better, as well as keeping the ball, doing what he does, move. He'll just pass simple. So it looks boring. He might just keep here, play 1-2 here. But if you actually watch him and his movement, watch how often he just floats and ends up in acres of space.
Yeah. He does find.
He has got a good movement. I just think he needs to go somewhere where he's going to be the kind of a man, like the man.
I wouldn't go that far, but just definitely needs to go somewhere you can actually touch the ball from.
I'm saying he wouldn't. But he wouldn't play.
Everybody at Arsenal touches the ball.
Yeah. I don't think Arsenal the right club personally. I agree with Leicester or like all jokes aside, the West
Everton,
them kind of teams there. I mean,
not Everton. Not Everton.
Not right now.
Nah,
he could contribute like Everton.
Nah.
Let's be
not Everton. Not right now.
No, what do you mean?
They're the sign couple man still.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They signed three big pieces.
Yeah.
But
what those big pieces
behind those big
are
pieces.
But they still play in his position. We can tell James.
Only James does.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to play. And Sigurdsson.
Sigurdsson is way past it, bro.
They're saying he might.
And they're looking to let him go, fam. Like,
Yeah, James said I want that number 10, fam.
plus, all jokes aside, James is one of the most injury-prone players out there. So you're gonna need backup, regardless of how you look at it. And Lingard can also operate.
We all just said though, Lingard needs to leave to play, so we can't use that as go there and be back up to James.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be back up to anyone at United.
What do you mean? He's not
What
is he then? If he's not back up, what is
bro,
he?
at this point, he's handing out water to the man, them fam, and giving everyone advice.
I know you don't rate him.
I watched Last Chance the other day, and he benched one of the man them, and he's like, "What are you doing? Hand out the water!" And the bitches Holly just shouting at Lingard, telling him, "Yo, big man, get the waters ready, cuz."
Like for real, if you have your hand out on the side saying, "Yo, here's your water," you can't then go to the gaffer like, "Gaff, when I'm gonna get 10 minutes." Like,
no, but I think he needs to go because he's wasting his ability at United.
100%. I think the window at United is closed for me personally. That's why I'm like, all jokes aside,
so.
I don't. Even if he
It's
comes,
falling into that Phil Jones kind of bracket now.
yeah. When was the last time he even played for United properly outside of the Europa when he scored?
Bon Phil Jones.
Kind of better
for the cameras.
Wasn't even one cup game when the pitch was mashed up and then he finally scored and people
When they played on the Astro thing.
But that's the thing, like with Lingard, everyone talks about his stats and that. But then Dan James, when he had the goal drought, and was it even a goal drought? Because no one even mentioned that he hasn't scored.
There's a massive difference though. Everyone's saying Lingard should go somewhere else and be better. Everyone's just saying, well, Dan James should just go.
Wait there.
No,
I watched Filthy Fellas yesterday, and they done the top 10 wingers.
I'm onto them as well, you know. I'm onto Filthy Fellas.
Yo, you know what man
You
said?
just want to beef everybody,
No,
innit, my guy?
man,
Listen, no.
Go on, let him
Man
out.
said Mo Salah is just Dan James.
I don't disagree. No. Okay.
Listen, he said he's just. When you think about it though,
It's just Dan James with no pace.
he's not pace, but he just can finish. He said he's Dan James with end product.
That's it.
That's it.
But okay.
But Dan James with end product's a mad player though.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
But is Mo Salah's not really like.
Let me not
With
get
that
to
pace.
What does Dan
Man, and
James
them-
do? No, apart from run fast, what does he do?
I'm saying if I got that pace with end product, you're a mad player, fam.
But wait.
No. There's a lot of people that can run fast and cross the ball.
Okay.
Zaha's
But that
not
don't make you a top player.
I said I'm mad. I said a mad player. I never said a top player.
Listen, Dan James just needs time to develop. I don't think United.
No,
send him out on loan, let him develop and come back and
just sell him.
Listen,
Send him on
he's
loan.
21, man. He's 21, man. And listen,
And just don't take no more advice from Ryan Giggs because you don't know.
do you know?
The man had the job and you said, nah, big man.
Do you know why I want? Baz, do you know why I want to feel fellas?
Yeah.
It's one thing every week or whatever it is when they drop their top 10 players in whatever position. it's like the criteria for what they're judging the players on always changes. It's
Yeah,
1
yeah,
minute it's
it's
based on the season they had the
stats,
previous
yeah,
year.
yeah.
The next is
Yeah,
based on
yeah,
stats.
yeah,
The next
yeah.
is how.
It's a bit mad. I watched the midfielder and I
never
watched the wingers
consistent.
man yesterday.
It's
a
never
clout thing.
consistent. Yeah,
It's a
just-
clout.
it's
They have to
a
make
mad
comedy
thing.
of it, innit?
Yeah, don't get me
Not-
wrong,
not this is
I
not-
love their content.
Yeah,
I
of
like
course,
it. Like,
but
it's great, but it's just like at the same time, make
It's not
a serious
realistic.
list
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like base the players on the same criteria
Yeah.
all the way through.
Yeah, yeah.
You
How do you
can't-
feel about basing players on stats?
It depends what position.
Wait, what?
Like,
Explain.
okay, so
But you can create stats for all positions.
yeah, you can, but like for
It's
example,
only relevant for one position.
no, it's not, man. Because defenders, you got to look at the clean sheet as well as like tackles and interceptions, all that kind of rubbish. But for me, if I'm looking at a striker, on their all-round game, they might be great at holding the ball up, all that kind of stuff. Like what it comes down to is how many goals your striker gets.
So
I mean,
Alan Shearer.
No,
Boys, man.
so what about
How could you
so
get
what
one
about
laugh
strikers
at?
like Heskey and them kind of strikers?
Eski's a good player, bro. But at the end of
Because
the
he
day,
don't score no goals, he can't be a top striker.
I don't think I'm not saying he's not a top striker, but what I'm
But
gonna-
you just that was
what-
your statement.
No, but no, I'm not saying he's not a top striker, but I said what it comes down to for a striker at the end of the day is numbers on the board for him. Because if that's the
case,
case,
then you can't put Heskey up there.
We had,
His numbers
we,
weren't
we
up
had this
there.
we had this debate. Obviously, Vardy's one goal away from Drogba's overall tally. Was it one from his overall tally? And he's done it in less games.
Yeah.
So then, where do you rate that in terms of comparison? Is Vardy then a better player, or better striker than Drogba?
obviously not.
But obviously,
Why is it obvious?
He can say that once he scored that goal at their level and he's done it in less games, is he not a better striker, better conversion rate?
No, you can say the same thing about Harry Kane, but I would rather pick Drogba over Harry Kane because it's not as much as obviously.
Their tools that they
But
offer.
you said,
Is that what you're saying?
but you said, if I'm judging the striker, I'm basing it off how many times you put it in the net.
Okay, think of it this way: you've never seen certain man play before, and
Then
you
I can't judge them. I don't care what the stats say.
And you just
If I've never seen you play, I can't say. If you could have banged 20 goals in 4 games, if I haven't seen you play, I can't say you're a top
So
striker.
even like Lewandowski, say you've never seen him play before.
I can't.
You've heard of this brother. He's
Yeah, I
just
could have heard of him,
55 goals this season,
but-
won everything this season.
It's the same with like
even
when,
like
when
Ilicic.
Greenwood was coming through, I kept hearing about him banging goals in the youth team, doing this, but I haven't seen you play.
But
so I
that's
can't.
the youth team that I'm talking
But that's
about.
what I'm saying. But we don't know what level it is when you talk about stats. People
Yeah.
talk about that stats all the time. Oh, I've scored 100 goals in 70 games.
Okay,
Yeah,
now as good as stats are, I get where you're coming from in the sense that there's a certain level of eye test when it comes to just knowing that, like if you kick ball, you know it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
like,
just
you
saying,
That's got to be the
what-
first.
What's the
what's
measuring?
first
stick?
I reckon it's just your tool. What tools have you got?
Now,
that
but you see, there's too
contribute?
many variables, though. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, stats have to matter in some degree because
yeah,
if you don't,
yeah.
what's the
Why?
measuring stick? Because how do you measure it?
Your
Perfect
eyesight,
example. Perfect example.
But that's the problem. Half these managers will look at you and say, "Oh," or look at me, or look at anybody else and say, "Oh, he's not a good player." But
Perfect
then someone else
example.
will say that. But then who? Like, how do you actually end the
But
argument?
that's football, though. It's opinions.
I know, but then there has to be something that separates a foolish opinion from an actual logical one, because that means that everybody.
Perfect example. Sorry to cut you. I've done a poll yesterday, right?
I didn't see this.
You
one.
and these damn pause.
I've done a poll. Both players in their prime. Who are you picking? Willian or Son?
Son.
Son.
What are you saying?
I'm saying Son still.
Son as well. Everyone, I agree
Son,
with Son
yeah.
because I feel like Son
Got in product. He's got.
and product.
It's got everything.
Like I rate Willian. Don't get me wrong. I
Same.
feel like he's a very good player, but again, when you look at his stats, you're like, Ross, my man's never scored more than 8 goals in a season than he.
Do you rate Willian?
Next question.
The fraud.
Listen, I'm a Chelsea fan, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
on to half of the man them in that squad.
So you're saying Willian's not? He hasn't churned out enough for you? Is that what you're saying?
He's not the player that we hoped for him to be. Like
Okay.
as good as his.
So even that season when he was banging free kick after free kick and was the only one performing, and everyone was saying that he's the only one that can hold his head high.
like man just said, he's never scored more than 8 goals in the season.
And he's never had more than 6 assists.
In the
and
season.
that
Listen,
wasn't
I'm
even in the
asking
same
from a
season.
fan perspective, innit?
Listen,
I'm not saying your opinion is right or wrong.
like as a team, you're only as good as your worst player. Innit? You know what I mean? So even though he was having a good year, the whole team was poor. So it's like I can't rate one individual player because we're crap, but he's doing okay. It's not on. Like as he's been influential. His persona around the team, his leadership, his level of experience is definitely warranted, and we will miss that in a change room because we don't have a lot of people that have that still. But man, you got to put numbers on the board, bro. Like,
There you go.
You gotta
But then goes back to that stats thing though.
Nah,
Because on the eye, you look like, oh yeah, man's doing a little Afro wiggle thing.
nah,
Shake.
don't get me mad. A good one's Tammy Abraham, fam. Like, I can't stand him, and KB knows. I think he's one of the if you look at the top 10.
We agree on this.
Yeah, if you look at the top 10 in terms of where all
Strikers.
teams finish, not even top 10 strikers, top 10 teams in the
Okay.
the top half of the table.
Yeah.
He's the worst starting striker from that list.
Worse than Michi.
Starting striker, bro.
Oh, okay.
Starting striker. So if you look at every single team, their main striker,
So what? It's like, okay.
you can't put Tammy above any one of them.
I mean,
He
you
can
could put
probably,
him up.
he probably can go further down the league as well.
Yeah, like
What? Not ahead
there's
of
probably at
Calvert
least-
Lewin.
That's what I'm saying. Well, Everton.
but Richarlison was playing up front. They
He was
playing
playing.
two up front.
He was playing
Like
wide.
He's a wide man.
Nah,
now.
but they started putting him up front when Ancelotti came. He was playing two up front. So it's like you can every single team in the top half you can grab the main.
I think that's harsh, you know.
Nah,
I saw things the other day. He said, what, 18 goals in his first
Crystal
full
Palace. They
season.
top 10. No. Palace.
No, they're not.
So what? Even though he put numbers on the boards this season, you still not.
I can't stand him, bro.
Yeah, but that's that a personal thing, or is like, yo,
No, I
because
just
if
think
he's
he's-
putting numbers on the board, then
I just think he's not good enough.
Fair.
He's not good enough. When he went first game of the season against United, I remember tweeting saying Tammy Abraham's a Championship level striker, but right now it's probably a mid-table team.
fair enough.
Backup striker. He's not good. There's a reason why Chelsea went out and got Werner. There's a reason why went out and got Havertz.
Yeah, obviously I don't think Abraham's gonna fire you, man, to a top four
It's not
finish
that-
on his own.
Yeah.
But I still think he's done better than you're probably giving him
Do you
credit
think
for.
he's got
There's-
potential to be a top level striker
No, there's a reason why I finished the season.
I
with
think
Giroud starting.
he's hit a ceiling. I don't think he is
already.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the
How old
top.
is he?
I don't think he's
21?
a top four.
No, he's older than that.
No,
He's
it's
older. He's been around for a minute.
wrong.
He's been
Yeah.
around for a minute, man.
I don't think he's a top 4 or top 6
He's
striker.
Not, he's not.
I don't think
Starting
he's a top
striker,
half
innit?
striker.
He's not. He's not like. And
I mean,
what I
I
said,
think
if,
it's
if
a
you
bit
give them,
harsh.
it depends on the manager, innit?
I think it's a bit harsh.
If,
No.
if a manager believes in him and the team plays to his
listen, if Tammy
What's
Abraham,
his strengths?
if you listen, this is the thing. If Tammy Abraham plays a game, if he play, bro, you can't
Big
answer
man,
that
what's
question
his
because
strengths?
if he plays a game and he doesn't score one of his dead tap-ins,
yeah.
he's not
Hey, you
doing.
gotta be there to score them though.
Listen,
But I mean,
he's
that's
not.
like
He's
Sterling.
not.
Sterling
wait,
scores bare tap-ins.
yeah, but Sterling offers more to the game than Tam will ever will. Not even being rude, because if Tammy's not scoring in the game, he's not offering you anything. He can't hold the ball up. He can't bring players in. He can't flip in,
I
do
hear
1-2s. He can't even run a channel. I've seen man running directly through the middle, and Tammy should pull out to the wing and draw the defender away, and he's running side by side, putting his hand like this, bro. What are you doing? Like it's like there's no
the worst
football
part is I
brain.
can see him. I've seen him do that.
There's like it's like there's
Oh
like,
mate.
Yeah.
there's people that play football and there's people that get football. Like David Silva gets football. Tammy just plays, bro. Tammy just kicks
Speaking of
ball.
David Silva, remember when you said you played against him and
He just found
Couldn't get
himself
near
in.
him.
He had a bubble.
Julian Lescott said the same exact thing. He said there was like a force field around him.
Fam, I've never seen the man could be stood right there. Not one man in this room could touch him.
I want to find that game, bro. I want to
Julian
actually watch that
Lescott
game.
said
Like
the
you,
same exact.
was it against Notts? Was it for Notts?
For Notts County,
Yeah, I'm gonna find that game, fam.
Bro.
I'm gonna analyze that one.
The first leg, 1-1.
What about the other leg? the other leg broke.
Yeah, they won it that year though. So congratulations on it. We lost to the best team in the competition. Should have
like,
beat
no,
them though.
sorry, just to round up on the why I said when you said the stats matter.
Yeah.
Again, you got to put numbers on the board, but why I said it depends on the position is as much as obviously strikers got to score goals and whatnot. It's got to be, like you said, the rest of your tools for players to play in the number 10 role. Cool, you might throw yourself around, but if you're not getting assists and whatnot and making things count, that's why people are not even looking
Chances
at
created.
and all that kind of stuff. Then
yeah.
that's when, for me, certain position stats got to matter as well. So it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
It's got to
Well,
be
how do you rank a player then?
Um,
Isn't stats used as a guideline?
I would say so, yeah. But again, you got to do a bit of an eye test. You actually got to look at them and say, okay, cool. What are your stats? And if they're not saying a lot, what are you bringing to the game? And
So what, you can sort the stats first.
It's got to be a
It's
mixture.
gotta be short. Like for me, like the stats is like I said before, like it's a guideline.
So you don't think you can you can't look at the stats without. So you
for
have
me,
to see
like,
the player play.
So say if I know your stats are you're a striker, you've got 20 goals in 30 games. Okay, cool. Now you got to get the eyesight test.
Okay, but
I'm
what
gonna come
about
and watch you play
okay?
now?
We
So
use
now I'm watching you, and if I'm seeing you just play like Tammy, I don't want you.
Exactly. KP, I love you, bro.
But you don't want me, but you don't want me on the basis you don't like how I look.
No.
From what you do on the pitch, what you bring to my team isn't enough. All you bring in is
20 goals.
No. But I'm watching your game.
Okay.
I'm not watching what the team, because you could have De Bruyne in your team putting it on a plate for you the money. So then I'm going to that game and I'm seeing De Bruyne. I'm not seeing you anymore. You might have 20
I hear what you're saying,
games,
but I'm
my
just saying,
man,
like,
he's the reason you're getting 20 goals. So if you come into my team, you're not getting that because I haven't got De Bruyne yet. So
I hear that argument, but I'm still saying, yo, at some stage you have to acknowledge the fact that stats do play a massive part, or should play more of a part, because the reason my argument for stats playing a massive part is how do you then rank a player?
That's what I'm saying. So for me,
the debate can then go
that's
on.
why it's the guidelines. So therefore, I'll see the next man whose stats are also good, and I'll be like, okay, he's the reason why you're getting so many goals.
Yeah, but that's the problem with too many people having opinions. It's like, yo, I think, but
again,
the numbers don't lie, fam.
No, numbers don't lie, but
numbers
they don't always.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
I'm not going for it again.
Numbers don't lie.
I don't even want to get back into
Next topic, our numbers don't lie,
Can we
fam.
talk about Mbappe?
Numbers
Yeah, because I
lie.
want to get onto courts from.
Oh, no.
Can we
Make sure
run
you
through
save some time for court, man.
Can we run through the topics, please? Because
Yeah.
I don't understand why man are trying to isolate 5 minutes.
There's only 2 topics left, bro. So we ain't ducking this.
Yeah, that's cool, fam.
Just
There's only
to
2 minutes
touch
left.
back on the players in their prime. So out of Willian and Son, out of we've all picked Son. So out of 56 votes, 26 voted for Willian, 30 for Son.
There's 26.
Was that close? Yeah.
And then the next one,
You got a list of those 26 people.
yeah, have-
DM them to me.
and the next one was Sanchez in his prime, or Hazard in his prime.
Nonsense. Don't respond to that. Don't even respond.
What
Next.
was it? No, you know why I put that up, because a man tried to argue with me. You know him as well.
I don't.
He's a core member.
Oh, in the group chat.
Yeah.
I don't, fam.
yeah.
I disown anybody. I disown anybody who says Sanchez to argue. I don't know him.
You know, as much as I've wanted to get onto courts today, fam, that brother that said KDB is just Jordan Henderson with salt and pepper, fam. When I find him here, we are going to throw hands.
Don't worry, fam. I can let you know where he is, fam. I'll tell you where to find him on Saturday.
Yo, that was wild.
Oh, mate.
But the argument with the Sanchez thing was like, oh, Sanchez is this player. He's better because he was in a lesser team.
Fam, it's Hazard all day, fam.
But I'm saying, yo, bruv, Hazard has
It's not a question.
carried
It's
Chelsea.
not a question, bruv.
Like I said,
Chelsea.
Arsenal fans, when you talk about their team, they're the best team in the world. But then when you talk about a player, but he's in a dead team.
Listen,
You don't
the 2 best games I've seen Eden Hazard play was his last game for Chelsea against Arsenal,
With the Europa League thing.
final, and the semi-final for Belgium in the World Cup, or it was the quarterfinal, and he was just out of this world, untouchable. And I don't care what Sanchez has done in his career. Them two games alone.
Can't touch it.
Them 2
fam.
games alone,
Can't touch it,
can't
fam.
even chat to
Yeah,
Hazard.
yeah.
I remember playing against Hazard when he was 15, playing in the under-17 tournament. And even then, he got that same
Unreal.
force field that flipping David Silva's got. I seen Henry Lansbury try close him down, and man just went boop, flipped it over his head and ran off.
Yo.
And the thing is, Lansbury tried to clean him out. He wasn't even trying to just win. He's like, because he's been doing this whole game, and man's 2 years younger than everyone. So man's like, yeah, he's getting it. Whoops.
He didn't get nothing.
So with the Sanchez Hazard, out of 54 votes, 11 people voted for Sanchez,
All Arsenal fans.
43 voted for Hazard.
Yeah,
That's a no-brainer, fam.
Yeah, to me, I feel like that was pretty much like.
But that's what I was like.
Yeah, but I only done it just because obviously a man brought it up and was like, nah, it's gotta be Sanchez.
it's unacceptable.
Right. What else we got? Oh, okay. Boom. Top 5 managers of all time.
Sir Alex number 1.
I mean, it doesn't have to be in any particular order, but I
It
do
does.
respect
Sir Alex
that
has to be
one.
number 1.
Why?
What do you mean why?
I'm asking the questions. I'm not disagreeing.
That's like I'm on your side.
Well, he was at United for what, 26 years?
That level of
and the level of consistency
Exactly.
is unheard of.
From when you can win Champions League with John O'Shea as centre mid.
when you always love Joe for that card, he loves that John O'Shea card.
John
fam.
O'Shea has a Champions League winners medal
All right, yeah.
playing
I agree.
centre mid.
I'm gonna base mine on basically managers who I feel like have changed the game of football.
Cruyff.
Obviously, Sir
Pep,
Alex.
Pep's got to get in there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pep. I feel like Mourinho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else did I have in there? I had Pep, Alex,
Wenger.
yeah, and the other one I didn't really. I think obviously you can say Johan Cruyff, but it wasn't my era.
Yeah. I put Ancelotti in.
You think so?
I think so. Not right now, but as an overall, because we got to
You wouldn't
remember.
throw Klopp in there.
Yeah,
No,
Klopp was someone that I was thinking.
See, I think Klopp, as good as he is, it needs a bigger sample size. Like another 2-3 years.
Okay.
Let's see if he can keep that level of eliteness going. And definitely,
Okay.
because he's a great manager. But
So let me ask you, because when we asked the last person, he said he didn't care about trophies or whatever, you Mongerrard, all that shit. So
I remember that.
so what do you think for him to prove himself now as a manager to solidify his position? What does he need to do from last season?
From last season,
Yeah.
you got to do the same thing again, man. You got to at the very least win the league again.
Yeah, he's got to retain
You
the
got
title.
to.
So if he doesn't retain the league, then where does that leave him then in that position?
You got like listen. Okay, for me, as great as Liverpool were this year, there was a few times where they looked a bit suspect.
Bro,
So-
I said this. I
they-
did say it, bro.
They looked very.
So you wouldn't put them up there with like the treble winning United team?
Why would I do such a thing? That's ridiculous. Let's not move mad. Like, yeah, they won the league in that, but like, what else did they have to show for it? They didn't do no Centurions. They didn't do no flipping
Yeah,
Invincibles.
yeah.
Like, they just won the league, and I can.
But the point gap was a bit mad.
It was, but that isn't because of how like as good as Liverpool were. I don't think that came down to their greatness. I just
I
think that
other people were poor.
the standard of the league that last year just gone was awful. Like,
Yeah,
outside-
City dropped so many ridiculous points.
Exactly. Like I remember watching games where teams were just looking just like, let's say it was pre-season, you know what I'm saying? So Liverpool just came ready like from the start, and they just like they looked like they had their pre-season a couple of weeks before the rest of the man, and they just came out firing and kept that level going for a little while. But there was a patch where they were just scraping games. It was
Watford
like,
game, fam.
yeah, exactly.
The Watford game, I
Yeah,
remember
you know
that
what I mean?
one.
So it's like this season, I got to look.
I enjoyed that game.
I've got to look at Liverpool and got to say, like, can you win the league again? And if so, how well can you win it?
Yeah.
And look at the game against Atletico as well, where they got found out like differently. Like, you can't go from winning the Champions League and get knocked out by Atletico. Like, you got to come hard in that. So
True.
that's why I'm like, he needs a bigger sample size.
Yeah.
Because
So who's your top five?
I went definitely again, just like you, I've got to go within my era. I went Sir Alex, Mourinho, Arsene Wenger, Pep, and I was looking at Cruyff, but again, just because
Yeah.
of what it means to the game. But
Yeah.
I can't say definitely because I never saw him coaching my entire life.
I know, but obviously I'm just talking about the philosophy.
Yeah,
that he
exactly,
left.
exactly.
Probably
So-
Well, I
why.
feel like if you say Cruyff, that's pretty much Pep.
Yeah, exactly. So like, this is, like, on my list, it was literally right there. It says Cruyff or Pep. Like it's got to be like
Yeah.
just
Fair
because of
enough.
what they did to
But
you.
I agree. Yeah.
Don't know. And the reason why I put Ancelotti in there is because it's like out of all the managers except like Sir Alex,
Yes.
got to put the respect on the name.
Respect.
Who's been coaching for that longer time, because like he's been in the game from like 1990 something, like 1998
Yeah.
I think, and he's always found a way to evolve with
it,
the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's won majority of the places he's been at. He's won at AC Milan, he's won
Yeah.
Champions Leagues there, he's won with he's won leagues at PSG,
Yeah.
you know, what you call him again, Real Madrid and so on and so forth. So he's done his time, and I don't think Everton was a good move for him, because it doesn't really show the level of quality that he's
But
managed
if
at.
Everton do a madness next season, then you might be like, yo.
So in Everton have made some great signings.
I just feel like they just dipped their
look
hand in like a
team
lucky
that's
dip.
ready to finish prime time 6. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. Anyway, so I don't see them finishing.
What about Scolari?
Next question.
yeah.
That's what 2 World Cups.
Next question. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
The 2 World Cups and that, yeah, nice. But then they came Chelsea and done what, fam? Let's just
Oh,
keep
yeah,
it
well,
moving.
yeah,
I'm getting
true,
mad
true.
across this thinking right.
Man's passionate about his TV though.
Nah,
How did you
listen,
feel about when they sacked Di Matteo?
This was longer video, fam. Let's keep it moving.
Man's
like,
there is no sentimental.
No.
Big bad.
Well, did he do it though?
He didn't.
Like,
Listen,
it wasn't like
but the
tactical
final
genius.
Yeah,
that
but the
thought,
final, he put Bertrand
man,
on
he
the
picked-
left, fam.
it put left in because that's
he
the only
picked the
choice
team.
we had. That's the only choice we had. And
Nah, he could have chose.
Wait.
It wasn't the only choice he had,
Like, it was like
but it was
pretty
a
much the only
tactical.
choice.
It was a tactical move that
was.
helped. No,
But
Yeah,
I can't even go that far.
Is it a case of
because
like,
for
did
85
Bertrand
minutes,
come and do his thing, and you think, rah?
no, but he done.
But what a performance from him.
but when he done it, everyone was like, "Bro, that eyebrow
That
was
was
raised."
yeah,
but
of
then
course
it worked though.
it didn't, because the only reason we won that was because he was just like
Drag, bro.
exactly, because let's be real.
But
Aside from
you'd
that
have lost
corner,
it, bro, if you didn't have that. Because I swear they did that.
You
So
would have
like
lost
they
if you didn't
stopped
have Bertrand.
no,
because they doubled up on Robin on that side.
Still, listen.
But Drogba carried the team.
We scored.
I'm not
we
doubting that,
scored
but I'm
from-
saying the
bro,
defensive aspect of it. You'd have been out of the game, fam.
It did the job that was asked of him.
But we
So there's a good tactical move there, no?
Yeah, but
like
If
the
you
only
was Di Matteo and you won a Champions League
yeah,
And they sacked
with-
you after.
and they sacked you after,
You'd be
of
vexed.
course you'd be vexed.
But bro, listen,
I'm not saying that.
Like,
But
it was
I don't
no,
think it was warranted.
no,
But
it was. It
shouldn't have got the job in the first place, to be
Exactly, he
honest.
was never meant to manage. It
Okay.
came when I think who was it? It was manager. Was it Avram Grant or someone that got sacked?
Yeah.
And then he took over as a caretaker manager. The only reason he got offered the job was because he won the Champions League, and I say the team won the Champions League because if you speak to any player, even nowadays when players reference that moment, no one ever talks about his influence in the game.
Yeah.
You hear the likes of people saying, like Drogba was saying, or Mata was saying, don't give up. Like, you got to keep going. We can still do this. You hear the likes of John Obi Mikel saying he was speaking to the players saying, we got to keep going. He even tried to get in Robin's head before the penalty, but no one ever references what Matteo did because...
Didn't he try to hug up Drogba after the game as well? And Drogba was just
it's just like, he just, don't get me wrong, he kept it going,
Yeah.
but he
I
didn't
just
do
think
much.
man needs to get their credit from.
Nah, because let's keep
When you go to Di Matteo's yard, guess what's in the trophy?
Big ears, fam.
a picture of Drogba.
Okay, but like, but since then,
That was jokes still.
where else did he manage? He didn't go to
Schalke.
and then wasn't it West Brom as well for like a little bit?
Yeah.
And where is he now? There's
Probably
exactly.
Italy somewhere.
So let's
He's
just-
waiting
Speaking
for
of which,
he's-
what for Abramovich?
he's
Is
waiting
man
for-
being
he waiting for
allowed
job.
back in the country or?
well, his visa problems have been sorted. I don't know if he's come back into the country yet, but that's the reason why he's now being allowed to spend again. When we're looking to reapply for the extension
Money
of the-
talks.
You know what it
Bro,
is,
man's
man.
got stupid.
Money
What did you do,
talks.
baby?
All his friends are billionaires.
Dirty cash.
It is what
alright.
it
Fam,
is.
come fam. I did
Is that all
not
the
have a visa, then get a visa next week, fam.
What it is.
Is that all the topics? So we got time for the
Nah, well,
Mbappe,
we got the
What topic we got?
most underrated English players.
Jack Grealish, that's it. Topic done. Come, Mbappe, let's talk. Let's talk. Explain to me why you think he's not world class.
I never said he weren't world class.
No, what he said was
I never said he wasn't world
Rashford
class. This is the problem,
is
yeah. A lot of people.
the
Let me
same- on the
let me
same
talk.
level.
Can I talk for myself?
Remix it then. Go on.
The problem is, right, man of them are misquoting the thing and da. I never said he weren't world class.
I've been listening to the podcast, bro. I heard what you said, fam.
Wait, I never said he weren't world
Say it
class.
again with your chest. Go on.
I never said he weren't world class.
What did you say?
I said if Rashford had this was in the same environment.
No,
i.e. the same
that
game.
was the original quote. Come with
What
the
would you-
original quote.
That was the original
No,
quote.
it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I said they're on the same level.
No. You said
Sorry.
If-
Well,
if
I accidentally
It's
passed
Dustin, yes, Dustin.
that. No, it's not. It's you. It's you.
This what
what
he
you're saying is dusty, fam.
I think the exact words were
You think?
if Mbappe is world class, then so is Rashford.
Impossible.
That was what you said.
Anyway, what's your beef with me then? What's your argument?
My beef is you don't put enough respect on Mbappe's name, fam.
I think he's overrated.
No, he's not.
I think he's very overrated.
Mbappe
I
is
think
just-
I think as a marketing tool for Nike and what he does for PSG, I think he fits the bill. But if you look at his ability, I'm talking ability to ability. I'm not talking about the overall product.
Viola?
Stop. We're all talking about ability. Rashford, no one is trying to take anything away from him. Great player. He's got bags of talent. But he's not on the same level as Mbappe. Mbappe is being looked at as the next person to take over the likes of the Messis and the Ronaldos and stuff. You can't talk
On the
about-
basis of what? Scoring in the French league?
No, not even. Listen, first of all, you don't put enough respect on the French league as well. Okay, you don't put enough respect on the French league.
I'll put respect on it, but I'm saying to you, look at but if you watch it, you're saying to him he's being poised to be the next
Yeah, that's
alien. You put him in the alien bracket.
Yeah, 100%.
On what basis?
Because of the bags of talent that he has. His talent is on. Listen, at 19, he was doing things that were on the levels of the likes of Ronaldo's and so on and so forth. He's 21 and he's won 4 League One titles. He's won the World Cup.
He's won. Okay, apart
won
from
the World
the
Cup.
World Cup,
He's
cool.
not- he's
the
not-
League
he's-
on you can't really count because PSG won that anyway.
Yes,
they
we
won
can.
that without him.
He also won it with he also won it at Monaco.
Yeah,
So,
but that okay, cool, fair enough.
Monaco
Okay.
team was full of talent though.
Bro, they-
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
but
be honest.
that's what I'm saying. It's the
He didn't
environment
carry
he's
them.
around, though. That's what I'm saying. If you put Rashford in that same environment, you're telling me he's not doing the same things.
But Rashford is already in a great environment.
No, he's not, bro.
Yes, he
he's,
is,
at,
bro.
he's at United, bro.
So you telling me that United are a crap team?
in comparison to the Premier League, yeah, they are.
What are you on about, fam?
What do you mean? You think,
What you
United are a good team in the Premier League?
United are a good team. There's a reason why you finished third. You got a crap manager, but you're a good team. You got
Nah,
great
they're not a
play-
good
you
team.
got
I'm
great
talking
players in your
about
squad.
PSG
What I think
in
what
the
he's trying to
French
say
league.
is the competition in League 1 is not ton up like the Premier League.
And Ligue 1.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Listen.
not ton up like the Premier League.
Like you said, you can only be what's in front of you, man.
And I don't disagree with that. That's why I then said if they're in the same environment, just to clarify. I'm not saying that
So
Rashford.
when you
I'm not
say
saying
environment, do you mean league?
league team. I'm saying if
Okay,
they swap
stop.
positions,
Let's
I'm
look
saying
at
he'll be in the
history.
same.
So I'm
He'll be in the
saying-
same- he'll be on the same level.
okay, hold up,
That's my opinion.
Environment. So you're saying if Mbappe was at United, he would do the same as what Rashford's doing.
No, obviously the argument is about Rashford taking Mbappe's place.
You can't.
It's the same thing.
No, obviously
Can't,
not. Because I'm not looking at Rashford. I'm not looking at Mbappe the other way. I'm saying if Rashford is in Mbappe's
was at
PSG, I think he'd be doing the same thing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I put them on the same level.
Stop right there. Stop it. Stop.
You can't tell me to stop, fam. I'm telling you my opinion.
Nah, it's impossible, fam.
How is it impossible?
It don't, what you're saying, I get it. Like you've gone so far now. You said a
Nah,
while,
fam.
so you gotta back it all the
If
way
I'm
through.
wrong,
You
listen.
gotta- you gotta back
If
it,
I'm
man.
wrong, yeah, I would say, yo, boom. I hold my hands to it. I ain't gonna fight it that
stop.
way. But I'm
Okay,
saying
stop.
to you,
They've both played in the Champions League on multiple seasons. Who's had a better Champions League campaign? Both of them.
obviously United ain't played in it as much, but obviously he would.
You still have a sample size from both of them playing in the Champions League, which is the same competition, which is the same environment.
That's like me saying when United play PSG, United beat them. So like the sample size don't really matter because if Mbappe's been playing in the Champions League for God knows how long, obviously he's gonna have a better record and a better experience of it than Rashford would.
Again, they've both played in the Champions League, which is the same environment, the same sample size. And every time I see Mbappe in the Champions League, regardless
But
of how...
Champions League is not as frequent as week in, week out.
Of course not, but then we can say the same thing about the international tournament. We've seen Rashford at England in the World Cup.
But look who's
I'm not doubting, but this
surrounded
is-
by
but this is-
Declan Rice.
Listen, England have got... This is one of England's best teams. It's just Gareth Fraudgate. It needs to get going, fam. Like,
You think this is England's best team?
Nah.
in a while, yeah. This is one of our...
Since-
I say out. Well, Black Lives Matter.
Are you saying it's better than the Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham era? Joe Cole.
I think so, man. Like
Rooney.
potentially, man. This is one of the best.
Let me just clarify the Mbappe and Rashford thing, yeah? My
listen.
issue is like I don't think the gap is as far as people are trying to make it out.
It is. How long we got left? Because I'm ready to throw hands outside, bro.
I'll take my ring off.
Alright, let's-
Like 5 minutes, man. We got like 5.
No, on the real, bro. What Mbappe has achieved at the age of 21, regardless of where he's at, is miles ahead of what Rashford.
And I'm not doubting that. I'm saying to you that my sole point is I'm saying if he was in that position, I think he would do the same thing.
I don't agree with that.
That's fine.
I don't agree
I
with
don't mind you not agreeing with it. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from. It's not that I'm saying that
But I need you
Mbappe's
to
not
understand.
world class.
I need you to understand that we're right.
So, do you think Rashford's world class? I just want to know.
Right now, no.
No. Do you think?
Okay, but do you think Mbappe is?
World class right now.
Yeah.
If I say no, you're gonna argue. If you say,
I'm
No.
just asking
Just
me.
answer your question.
I think he's a good player. I think he's in that bracket. I don't think he's world class. I think
So you don't-
I think he's on the cusp of it, but I don't. I think he.
what
For
does he
you,
need to
what
do?
what
He
does
needs to
do
put numbers on the board. He needs to put higher numbers on the board in terms of goals.
He scored 130 goals in 217 games.
Bro, okay, cool.
Man, got the notes ready. Here.
I know he would have had the notes, but I'm saying he's talking from perspective. Like I
He's
said,
got 65
if you're
assists.
scoring in French, if you're beating Man 9-0 in the French league, fam, you can't then come talk about he's got that. It's like when Pele made up his goal record, bro. It doesn't really count because at the end of the day, you're doing it in that environment. I'm saying to you,
The French
if you-
league just got 2 teams in the Champions League semi-finals.
yeah, you're gonna draw for those stats this season round. But I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about beforehand.
Premier League's had, 2 man in the final?
And now
teams?
the Premier League last year looked like the Farmers League for real, fam.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just like I said from my perspective. If he was in that environment, I don't think the gap is that big. That's just what I'm saying.
I just know every year we get 4 teams in the Champions League.
Oh, 100%. But I think the gap is that big. There's a reason why it seems like.
Can you name 10 French teams in the league?
Yes, I can.
You already
After
he
Rick
listens to the show, fam. Of course he came prepared, fam.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, Monaco, Rennes, Reims, Nantes, PSG, Lille, Lyon. How many is that?
It's about 7. 3 more.
Metz. Hold tight me. Hold tight me. Hold tight me.
Yo, tell it. But
Toulouse.
and then you got Montpellier.
And Montpellier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out
that
of
one.
all them teams, how many of those teams could compete in the Premier League week in, week out?
I'd say about 4, maybe
Yeah.
5.
Which 4?
I'd say Lyon,
Yeah, definitely.
Lille.
Where do you
Ew.
think?
Yeah, I
Where
think
do you think PSG would finish in the Prem?
Top 4. Well, you know what? I don't know, man. They're a bit fry fish at the back. I don't know, man. I think this season they've done really well. They've hit my expectations in Champions League, like getting to the final
Yeah, definitely.
and whatnot. Obviously, Bayern were just like incredible.
Best team in the world.
Yeah,
Do you see them finishing above like United?
yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say so. Yeah, we wouldn't. I don't think it would be like. I don't see them winning the league.
But you think they'll be after the Man City and Liverpool, basically.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think it would be tight. I don't think it would be like they'll blow us out the water, and you know what I'm saying. It wouldn't be. I don't think it would be like that. I think they'll get blown out the water more time because you look at the depth of their squad. It's not really.
I'm just asking.
But for me,
What you saying?
What would they finish?
Yeah.
Third, probably.
Yeah.
Above United.
Yeah,
Probably.
No, it's not probably. It's definitely
Would Mbappe score more than Rashford?
100%.
Fam, we will never know, fam. These hypothetics. But realistically, what do you want to answer? Okay, say, all right, I say no. You're gonna say, oh, da. I
I'm
say
just
yeah.
asking.
No,
No,
I'm
just a
saying,
question.
I don't know.
I
don't think he would.
I definitely think it will. I definitely think.
Yeah,
it will.
I think he would. I
think he would.
If he comes to if he comes to the Prem, then we can have this conversation.
But,
Because then,
but the thing is, there's a reason why teams like Barcelona, the teams like Real Madrid and all that are constantly watching the likes of Mbappe because they see the level that he's already at the age of 21, and that's miles ahead of Rashford.
As my point was, he was just being. He has been fast tracked to that because of the league that he plays in and the team.
But I think Rashford was fast tracked as well. He came in and he done bits. Yeah, he done, and so was Mbappe. Mbappe done bits when he was in Monaco, and there's a reason why PSG.
I don't feel like he's done bits against the bigger. Like Rashford goes up against top 5 teams week in week out. Where I feel like in French league it's just like maybe 1 or 2, and the rest is like, yo, I can do flicks and Neymar takes the piss.
Yeah, mine but still that does.
But he does that.
He does that anyway, and that still doesn't.
yeah, but when he done it in Champions League final, it didn't work though. When he done it against actual defenders or done it against a team that was like had players that could cope with that.
If PSG won that Champions League final, this whole conversation would be
It would, but they didn't for a reason.
Singing
But they got to the
Mbappe's
final.
name.
But they got to the final.
I call you the
How
first
did
thing.
it look going through Champions League though?
So that sorry.
How did PSG look going through those stages?
I think, except the game against Atalanta, they were pretty convincing.
You think so?
I think
they stumbled through.
I think, like, you got to remember as well, like, they had a lot of injuries. The one piece, especially being Verratti.
Yeah.
They had to play.
Is Verratti world class?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. You hear that?
I didn't disagree.
You did.
I would
Did
say.
I?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I would say so. But, I mean, they got.
What's going on?
They got you're
it's-
going.
I rate Verratti.
Okay, so
You
for
said there's no. You said name. All right. You name all the world class players in PSG.
PSG.
Nah, I said Di Maria.
No, you said Verratti as well.
He's like borderline. Like Hart said, he don't put Rashford all the way up there, and Mbappe he puts them like at the bottom of whatever category. So
I think
for
Di
me,
Maria's world class.
I don't
so
think
too.
he is, but
I think so too.
I think if it was world class, for me, world class means whatever league you play in, you're still going to be a top player. So he come to the Prem and he couldn't hack it.
But he was a top player when for the first few games when
Yeah,
he
he
when chipping up Bournemouth and
he
that.
wasn't- he
You
wasn't a top
celebrating? I
player.
know you was.
Of course, I'm gonna celebrate my team squad.
Yeah. But you thought, yo, this geezer's sick.
Nah,
You didn't think that when he done that.
See, I think he's a world class player, but regardless of, so for me, when he came to the Prem and he came to United, it wasn't just a case where he wasn't happy. You got to look at the team is playing and the way it's being utilized. He came
He's
from
playing side to side football.
yeah, like it wasn't.
but even when he was at Real Madrid, I wasn't a big fan of him. So when he was linked with United,
He was torn up, bro.
When
I wasn't.
Real Madrid when
he
actually
had
moved into the camera,
one very good
different
season.
class.
One very good season where he was on it.
Is that the
every
one
week.
where made Puyol do the split?
Fam, he's
Probably.
top assistant in Champions League. Even in this Champions League, he's been I
Yeah.
think, top
Yeah,
assistant.
when
But what I'm saying is, for me, from my eyesight test, not looking at the numbers,
Wow.
I see things where I'm thinking is not.
Can't even trust your eyesight.
Now, for me,
fam.
but I think the only question the question mark I can put towards Di Maria is his level of consistency.
Right.
That's it.
But
But in terms,
And for
that's
me,
fair.
if you're world class, you've got to be consistent as a minimum.
yeah, but he's playing in the team with Mbappe, Icardi, and Neymar, and he's still managing to contribute
Right.
a lot. So
That's easier.
no, I don't think so, man. I don't
It's
think
not
so.
easier to contribute with better players.
No. What
Well,
I'm
doesn't that argue the case for Mbappe putting up these type of numbers
What do you mean?
and being the star that he is today?
So because he's getting service from Di Maria, that makes him a better player.
He played with Neymar, Icardi, Verratti.
Yeah, but
All these
top players are going to
top
play
players.
with other top players.
That's what I'm saying. But he's been playing with them from
from a long
boss.
time, and he's still so what?
Even when he was at Monaco,
Mbappe or
Mbappe.
so at Monaco, he
He
had
had that-
Falcao. He had.
I mean, you can
Lamar.
even.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But Lamar
Fabinho.
wasn't really like.
Fabinho.
No, but Lamar was
Bernardo
unbit.
He was doing well, but he wasn't.
Bernardo Silva.
But no one was
All them
talking
man
about
got
like,
moves. Yeah, but
he's
all
a
them man got
world-class
moves.
player.
Yeah, but all them man got
Benjamin
moves though.
But he's not at the same. But I'm saying they're not at the same level as he's
No,
playing
but that
now.
team was good because
Yeah,
they
but
beat
they all
Man
got
City.
moves. They all got moves though.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
But
what
he was
they-
still a star player.
Yeah, he was.
17.
But I'm saying, but he's still playing in. He's played in a good team. He hasn't gone to.
Yeah, but there's a reason
team
why
that
he
has
got
to
to that
be-
level. Don't forget all the stuff they had to do before to get to that level.
What did he have to do before?
I'm not there with him, but I'm saying like you don't just get
Yeah, he had to do
out of
extra. He
nowhere.
had to do extras.
I'm not saying he had to
Man
get
came
plucked out of
from-
nowhere.
is he
and just,
from the
he wasn't
Monaco
just
Academy?
walking down the street in one day and
I think he is
I saw
to be
you playing street
He is.
football. Let me put you in my team.
Nah, that's what I'm
Obviously,
saying,
to
but
get
he's-
to you have
yeah.
to
It was-
you have to be
it-
playing
but
games
that's
and
like
doing
every Chelsea
doing bits to
footballer.
get into the team at 17.
That's them
KP.
going. That's them.
Nah, because I need to get my point in.
PSG shouting. He ain't said
You're
nothing.
damn right.
He ain't said nothing no episode.
Sorry, Chief.
Sorry, what you said?
I was saying that Mbappe had trials at Chelsea as well when he was like 14 or something like that. And we turn him now, but we just keep him moving.
What a ridiculous decision that was.
Innit? No, I know innit?
Nah, it's
I
good
mean,
to
would he
win
be the player
active.
that he is? It's like same with everyone saying, "Yo, I discovered Ronaldo." Gerard Houllier come out. Everyone's like, "Yeah, I saw Ronaldo first." And
You
yeah,
know, at
but
least
would
when
he be
at
the
least when
player?
the Arsenal, the guy listed like 26 man them that they said we're nearly signing that, and every single one of them is now world class.
That's
So
what-
just,
Listen, right? Is the beef squash now?
and it's not, but we keep moving.
Don't worry, fam.
We go again. I'm happy to come back next week and finish this run.
Come, fam. I'll come prepared.
I'll bring three
He's one of my
laptops
better
next
guests, to be fair. I don't mind him.
Right, you've been listening to the No Tekkers podcast, episode 7. Check us out on
that it?
the YouTube at No Tekkers podcast, Instagram.
Fam, I say it every week, fam. If you don't know my Instagram by now, fam, I don't know why.
I know Courtney ain't got no Tekkers for real. Fam.
You see my videos? Alright.
Alright, tell him about me, Skip.
Catch me on Instagram at _Brazius_. What am I doing the thing in it? I say this every week.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's Courtney.j.richards.
At Christian Pierce.
Man, that's a thinking.
Christian
Like,
Pierce.
man, I think like he didn't write it.
Man said at, you know he's over 30 when you say at something.
Yeah, fam. I'm old, fam. I'm new to this social media. I told you this already. I just jumped online, man.
I don't like this guy. Hey,
Leave me alone, man.
I don't like it.
Just say your name and come on the show, man.
Man's talking like you even got a smartphone, fam. Like you're on here some 1-1.
I told you I'm new to this. Man.
Man, be typing like this with the one finger.
Yo,
Lock off the show, man. Lock off the show.
Catch me on Instagram and YouTube at Jay the Seku. That's right.
Say what is it?
At Jay the Seku. JAYTHESEKOU.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, slow that down for him.
At symbol.
I need a bouncing ball. Subtitles.
Luca, how do you get onto Facebook, son?
Oh, man.